Well, it remains, even after 50 years, one of the hottest spots in Las Vegas, the Italian American Club. It is such an experience. Oh my gosh, you go there on the weekends, there's live music. And not only that, you can go there for a holiday. I had my Thanksgiving dinner there this year. But don't forget, they're also supporting local students, and it's that time of year again, folks.
Absolutely. Their scholarship program. You can help. Joining us now, Angelo Casario is the president of the Italian American Club. How are you, my friend? Good to see you.
Hey, good morning, Sean. Good morning, JJ. Great to see you guys as well.
That is, you know
Angelo!
what? I'll tell you. You know you're Italian. I see the grandfather clock behind you. That's it's a requirement. It's great to have you. First of all, before we get into the scholarship, let's talk about the history behind the club in the memberships that help support the club.
Well, JJ said 50 years, but it's actually 61 years. We started this club back in 1961. And a bunch of Italian guys, people that moved to Las Vegas from all over the country. You know, as you know, Vegas being a newer city, there wasn't any real neighborhoods, Italian neighborhoods, Polish neighborhoods, Irish and things like that. So a bunch of business guys started getting together, having lunch. And they decided to really start a social club. And they had a big fundraiser back about 1961 at the old Riviera. They sold tickets for only a few dollars, but they sold thousands of tickets. And we had some pretty prominent people that pushed it, and so many of the celebrities, and I'm talking about certainly guys like Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and Tony Bennett, Joe DiMaggio, Jimmy Durante, all these different guys supported the event. They raised lots and lots of money, and back at that big party, the fundraiser, Frank Sinatra donated a new Cadillac to be raffled off with raffle tickets. And they sold enough tickets that they actually bought the piece of property at 2333 East Sahara, where the club is right now today. So
It's just awesome.
That's part of our history. Yeah.
Well, and if you want to see that history, when you walk in to the club on just to the left down a whole hallway, there is a series of photos that is just incredible. I mean, it really is a who's who of Vegas history, Angelo.
The wall of fame, we call it. Yeah.
Well, listen, my friend, we don't want to underestimate what you're doing now, because it remains a beautiful, beautiful place to go to dinner. Like I said, live music. I know my friend Genevieve Dew is going to be on stage. We have, the who's who of entertainers still call this place home. Tell us all about this scholarship. You are now, been doing this scholarship for how many years?
Well, we've been doing it for quite a long time, basically since the club started. Back in the day, before we were really even open to the public, which didn't happen until 1990, but they used to give scholarships primarily just to some of the board of directors' grandkids or something like that. But about 1983, we got involved with the Augustus Say, another organization, Italian American business people, and several years ago, the Italian American Club took over that whole thing. And since 1983, we've awarded over $1 million of scholarships to Clark County Italian American students here in Las Vegas to help them with their education. So we've been doing it for a long time. This year again, we will be awarding $50,000 to local Clark County students to help them further their education.
Which is fantastic.
They go to universities, trade schools, colleges, technical schools and things like that. The cream of the crop are these people, these young people, students that deserve our help. Last year we had 3 students that won awards that were aeronautical engineers, and we have lawyers and accountants and nurses and, a big wide variety of professional people that are going to be serving our community pretty soon, our future leaders possibly.
Which is awesome, man. It's great that you do this year in and year out. We're running out of time. Let's bang out a whole bunch of the details. Who's eligible for the scholarship? Do they have to be a member of the club? When do they have the deadline to sign up for?
Yeah, okay. So no, you absolutely do not have to be a member of the Italian American Club. All you have to do is be a resident in Las Vegas. You have to have some type of Italian ancestry in your family, going back to great grandparent, one of them. And the deadline for the application, you pull on our website, and you'll see the application. The deadline is March the 15th, and then we'll have our awards banquet on May 22nd. And this year, our guest speaker and presenter will be Mayor Carolyn Goodman. So we're honored to have her there.
Oh my
As
goodness.
much as, well, she just, her whole thing has been education, her lifetime. So we're honored to have her as well.
It's just awesome. And we're honored to have you on, Angelo. And we're going to show people where they can go to apply for that scholarship. I was just on your website, by the way, and I saw the link. And before we go, can we just celebrate a little bit of Italian culture? Because I have, Sean, Angelo's daughter's cookies here in front of me. Angelo, as I take a bite, please describe to me this family recipe that you're sharing with me today.
Well, she's enjoying the family recipe, the gucciatatis, the cookies. They're filled with fruit and dates and figs and orange peels and things like that.
Oh.
And I know that the recipe has to go back 150 years or more. My grandmother's, and I'm sure she got it from her mother. So now this year, my daughter, the past few years, my daughter Christina has taken on the role with my wife Nancy making the cookies. And Sean, I'm sorry you didn't get any.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just happy you recognize this. You recognize what she's doing to me right now.
She promised she was going to share them with you.
Angelo, grazie.
Great to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us.
For having us on this.
Listen, kids, if you know anybody that really wants a scholarship, my goodness, if you have Italian heritage, you're going to want to go to iacvegas.com and sign up. The deadline is March 15th. Up to $50,000 in scholarships going to be doled out, so make sure you're one of them.